Hi friends, welcome to BioGlow. If you like this channel, please like, share and subscribe. Today we are going to discuss the topic biodiversity and climate change. Myself Muhammad Jasil A, Assistant Professor of Microbiology, Marcus Arts and Science College, Adavanad. Climate and climate change. The word climate refers to the long term weather patterns within a defined region, including temperature, humidity, wind, and amount and type of precipitation. Weather refers to hourly, daily, or weekly changes in the atmosphere, while climate is generally discussed in terms of years, decades, centuries, and millennia. Climate is the statistical description in terms of means and variability of key weather parameters for a given area over a period of time, usually about 30 years. Today, the commonly used term climate change represents any change in climate over time, whether due to natural causes and or as a result of human activities. Climate change refers to significant and long-term changes to a region's climate. These changes can occur over a few decades or million of years. Climate change alters entire ecosystems along with all of the plants and animals that live there. As climate has changed throughout Earth's history, all living creatures have had to adapt, move, or die out. When these changes happen gradually, ecosystems and species are able to evolve together. A gradual change also gives species the opportunity to adapt to new conditions. But when the changes happens very quickly, like it is today, the ability of species to adapt quickly enough or relocate, assuming a suitable location exists, is a big concern. From a human perspective, the rapid climate change and accelerating biodiversity loss risk human security. For example, a major change in the food chain upon which we depend, water courses may change, recede or disappear, medicines and other resources we rely on may be harder to obtain as the plants and fauna they are derived from may reduce or disappear, etc. Climate change already have an impact on biodiversity and is projected to become a progressively more significant threat in the coming decades. Loss of Arctic sea ice threatens biodiversity across an entire biome and beyond. The related pressure of ocean acidification resulting from higher concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is also already being observed. Ecosystems are already showing negative impacts under current levels of climate change, which is modest compared to future projected changes. In addition to warming temperature, more frequent extreme weather events and changing patterns of rainfall and drought, it can be expected to have significant impacts on biodiversity. Then climate change in the Arctic region. What are the consequences occur in the Arctic region due to climate? In the Arctic, it is not just a reduction in the extent of sea ice, but its thickness and age. Thickness and age is very, very important. Less ice means less reflective surface, meaning more rapid melting. The rapid reduction exceeds even scientific forecast. It's also important to note that loss of sea ice has implications on biodiversity beyond the Arctic, as the Global Biodiversity Outlook report also summarizes bright white ice reflects sunlight. When it is replaced by darker water, the ocean and the air heat much faster. A feedback that accelerates ice melt and heating of surface air inland with resultant loss of tundra. Tundra means a biome, its growth, tree growth is hindered by low temperature and short growing seasons. Tundra is one of the biome. Then less sea ice lead to changes in seawater temperature and salinity, leading to changes in primary productivity and species composition of plankton and fish, as well as large scale changes in ocean circulation, affecting biodiversity well beyond the Arctic. Then climate change means ocean change. What are the impacts of climate affecting ocean changes? When taking about the impacts of climate change, we mostly hear about changes to land and the plant surface or atmosphere. However, most of the warming is going into oceans where a lot of ecosystem changes are also occurring. So, warming and ecosystem changes. Rapidly rising greenhouse gas concentration are driving ocean systems towards conditions not seen for millions of years, with an associated risk of fundamental and irreversible ecological transformation. Then changes in the biological function in the ocean caused by anthropogenic climate change go far beyond that. Extinctions and habitat loss. The fundamental processes are being altered, community assemblages are being reorganized, and ecological surprise are likely. Then this is the effect of global warming in different regions. The picture itself shows that ocean is the major victim of greenhouse gases. Then increasing ocean acidification. The basic chemistry of ocean acidification is well understood. These are main three concepts. First one, more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere means more carbon dioxide in the ocean. Second one, atmospheric carbon dioxide is dissolved in the ocean, which becomes more acidic, and the resulting changes in the chemistry of oceans disrupt the ability of plants and animals in the sea to make shells and skeletons of calcium carbonate, while dissolving shells are already formed. This is the picture of ocean acidification. Carbon dioxide, water, then forming carbonate ion, then two bicarbonate ions, then consumption of carbonate ions impedes calcification. Then scientists have found that oceans are able to absorb some of the excess carbon dioxide released by different human activities. This has helped keep the planet cooler than it otherwise could have been had these gases remain in the atmosphere. However, the additional excess carbon dioxide being absorbed is also resulting in the acidification of oceans. Additional excess carbon dioxide absorbed resulting acidification of oceans. When carbon dioxide reacts with water, produces a weak acid called carbonic acid. It changes the seawater chemistry. As the Global Biodiversity Outlook report explains, the water is some 30% more acidic than pre-industrial times, depleting carbonate ions, the building blocks for many marine organisms. Carbonate ions are the building blocks for many marine organisms. They are to be depleted. Then, how the climate change is impact on animals. Warmer temperatures may cause birds to begin their seasonal migrations or nesting, and causes bears to emerge from hibernation as earlier than usual. So bears leading to hibernation as early as possible. Then when bears emerge before their regular food sources are available, 80% of bears' diets are plants. They may starve or wander into towns in search of food. Wander means move slowly into the towns in search of food. For those animals that rely on late summer, plants survive through the winter. Warmer, drier summers may affect their ability to find enough food. The annual flooding of the Brahmaputra river in the northwest corner of India has always been important to the health of Kaziranga National Park and the protected animals that live there, including elephants, rhinoceros, and tigers. Kaziranga National Park is one of the famous national parks situated in Assam. That's main animal present in there is one-horned rhinoceros. It is one of the UNESCO's World Heritage Sites and biggest biodiversity treasure in India. The increasing intensity of Asian monsoon in recent years has caused greater flood, displacing people and killing animals. Also, a 2012 study found that climate change could have a greater impact on Asian elephants, dwindling numbers than previously thought. Dwindling means gradually diminishing. Then researchers concluded that young elephants are particularly threatened by increasing temperatures, which can double their mortality risk. Then elephants, like humans, reproduce later in life. So if calves dies before they can mate, then the species will be unable to survive. Animals that require cooler temperatures are shifting their ranges to higher elevations towards the poles as the temperatures in their home ranges rise. The American pika, a small mammal related to rabbits and hares, is adapted to life in the alpine environment. They are extremely sensitive to temperature and can die when temperatures reach only 25.6 degrees Celsius to 29.5 degrees Celsius. Then pioneering studies show that endemic mammals like the Nilgiri tahr face an increased risk of extinction. The Arctic fox live in tundra region and preys on lemmings and voles that burrow underground. Lemming means small, short-tailed, thick-set rodent. Then mild winters and melting snow reduce the lemming and vole population by causing their burrows to collapse. So their burrowing is to be collapsed, thus limiting the Arctic's for major food source. As Arctic temperatures have risen, the red fox has expanded its range into tundra, preying on the Arctic fox and competing with it for food and habitat. As the tundra's climate warms, experts predict that it will be replaced by forest. Then increasing ocean stratification. Next, impact on climate change in biodiversity. As climate change warms the oceans, the warmer water tends to stay on top of what is then a layer of colder water. Then tiny phytoplankton is the foundation of oceanic food chain. This affects tiny drifting marine organisms known as phytoplankton. What do we say that? Increasing ocean stratification affect tiny drifting marine organisms known as phytoplankton. Those small phytoplankton are a critical part of our planetary life support system. They produce half of the oxygen we breathe, draw down surface carbon dioxide, and ultimately support all of our fisheries, says Boris Worm of Canada's Dalhousie University and one of the world's leading experts on the global oceans. Then phytoplankton bloom in North Atlantic. This is a picture of phytoplankton bloom in North Atlantic region. Then coral reefs threatened by climate change. One of the important threatening species that is known as coral reefs that is threatened by climate change. Around the world, coral reefs have been dying largely due to climate change. Coral bleaching results in white, dead-looking coral. Healthy coral is very colorful and is very beautiful, rich with marine life. But coral bleaching results white and dead-looking corals. At the beginning of September 2019, the Australian agency looking after the Great Barrier Reef released an outlook report warning the Great Barrier Reef is in trouble. Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef system in Australia, that means Queensland. Around 2,900 individual reefs are there present. But it is not just the Great Barrier Reef at risk, all of them are at risk. That is, all coral reefs are at risk, says Charlie Warren, an Australian marine biologist who is widely regarded as the world's foremost expert on coral reefs. The future is horrific, he says. The future is horrific. There is no hope for reefs surviving to even mid-century in any form that we now recognize. If and when they go, they will take with them about one-third of the world's marine biodiversity. Then there is a domino effect. As a reef fail, so will other ecosystems. This is the path of mass extinction even when most life, especially tropical marine life, goes extinct. This is all about the climate change and biodiversity. Thank you for watching this channel. If you like this channel, please like, share and subscribe.